did you feel like it was a skill issue for George, or was he just not capable of reading?
You can tell him.
Oh, he can't read.
Wait. I'm really frustrated, you guys. I drove down here and I kept eating the booster snacks the entire way. And I don't know if I need to show. Are you filming this? Oh my God. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Welcome to Made This Be With You, America's most up-to-date TCG podcast. You come here for all the news that's fit to yap about. I am, of course... Oh, you took the hair down. I'm, of course, joined by everybody's favorite beetle, Josh. Show the hair.
Yeah, I like the hair. Oh, the man bun. We're joined by the man bun.
Yeah, dude, I just left from the gym. We're recording on a weird day. I'm on a schedule.
I'm like also a soccer haircut.
Yes, you have the soccer haircut. And I am also joined by the man who will tell you how much he hates digital on his YouTube channel, on his podcast, Louis DeGeorge.
What is up, everybody? And we're joined by a man who looks bigger this week. Everything's bigger where you are.
Damn right.
Even George is bigger. And Mr. Fanboy himself, George, out by the pool with the best.
Yeah, wait a minute. Based on your internet connection, are you in West Virginia?
Like,
is that bad internet?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yes. The pool, they've got a pool, but they can't afford basic Wi-Fi. It's crazy.
They have great Wi-Fi.
Crazy. We are still sponsored, everybody, by Booster Snacks.
This is the last week. If you want us to stay sponsored, start emailing them.
This is the last week of the Booster Snacks sponsorship. Get your collectibles within your Booster Snacks over at boostersnacksus.com, where you can hit the snack button and get some awesome stuff. Use the discount code COLLECT50 to save 50% off of your order and get some good stuff. I'm a big fan of the Fire Meets Ice, the Fireburst and Icy Ranch mixed together. Go for that one. So let's get right into it.
That's so you. That's so you.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the one where I don't have to make a decision.
I'm gonna have to move.
About George.
Where are you moving?
I'm gonna have to move inside.
Yeah, that makes sense. Most people would have anticipated that. But, you know, technology and old people, they don't work together. Just move your laptop inside while you're going.
I wouldn't know. I'm not old.
Just pick it up and go.
I'm young at heart.
Yep. Pick it up and go while we do the intro. All right, here we go. We're rolling, baby. We're rolling. We're gonna.
I already did the intro. Your intros always suck.
You don't have to turn it off. We're going to do the TCG.
It's better this way. Trust me.
We're going to do the TCG player sale, the Mayhem event. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about MH3, big decision time for a lot of people who are ordering. We're going to go through kind of what we would pick or choose if we had to buy product. We're going to talk to George, if his Wi-Fi is working, about learning Magic the Gathering. Learning Magic the Gathering in 2024 as George played some Magic this week for the first time in 20 years. Absolutely crazy.
I kept looking for a Shivan Dragon. Wasn't there.
And not only that, I'm pretty sure I know who George played against, and I can guarantee I know the outcome of these games too.
We're going to talk about Sorcery's Gen Con event. We're going to talk about Star Wars, a new set, but an old store, and their release plans for Star Wars Set 2. And then we're going to discuss how Lorcana went on week 1 of Ursula's return or revenge or whatever she's up to. So, Josh, did you follow along with the
button taking names?
I 100% follow along with the TCG player sale. And it was nuts.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's a lie. Most games that I track had a very good Friday. A very good Friday.
Yeah. Now you're just looking through sealed product, right?
Yes.
So let's start there. What were the trends that you picked up on sealed product?
I mean, so the big ones I was looking at, I wanted to follow, your indies. I wanted to follow Magic and obviously Lorcana, right? And I thought for sure with Ursula's return, the release, the way it was lining up, I thought it would be the big winner. It was not, my friend. Modern Horizons 3. Well, and it helps that they also had the front page sale for Modern Horizons 3 products. It was nuts. It was Modern Horizons 3 sales quadrupled in that day alone. It was like
the perfect timeline for Modern Horizons.
100%. And it was nuts. And the thing that shocked me, and you tell me if I should be shocked by this.
That the banana stand was there?
No, that was the least surprising thing.
Banana was selling Modern Horizon 3 set boxes.
I know.
Yeah, and we were like, I was a big banana fan. I was a big banana stan during that day. But the play booster box, like, I know that there was a special on it, wildly outselling everything, including commander decks. Which
that's crazy.
Yeah, not normally the case.
I would not have anticipated that. Although I do think it makes sense to me that play boosters are outselling collector boxes.
Yes,
it seems like a much better deal than the Commander Masters set boxes.
Yeah, 100%. And like the market just recovering post sale. So following the trends, it was down to, what was the sale? I think it was like 229 was the special for that day, and instantly, snap of the fingers, end of the sale, back up to 250 and eventually back to 268. Didn't even take any time. And we've seen this twice now. So we've seen the big sale on Outlaws of Thunder Junction bring things down only to bounce back up. But then the Karlov Manor sale bring things down to never return again.
Well, because, and one of the reasons why we're seeing that with this is that we're starting to see all the spoilers come out. I don't think the full set is spoiled yet, but the hype behind some of the spoilers has been driving a lot of these sales. The TCG
people love fetch lands.
The TCG player sale certainly helps, right? Like you're getting cash back. It gives you the excuse to go pull the trigger, but like the sales or the spoilers have really pushed us far. They've done a good job at getting that stuff out, even though it's
great job.
Fake leaks.
What's been your favorite spoiler so far?
Oh, what do you mean? The Eldrazi Muldrifter.
Yeah,
for sure. It's 100%
Obviously.
the Eldrazi Muldrifter.
That's a crazy bomb in draft, I think.
It's not.
Yep.
I like the Necrogoyf. The Nether.
Oh, that's my second favorite.
No, Tarmogoyf at home?
Yeah.
Wait, Tarmogoyf is in this?
You like Tarmogoyf? No, there's one mana Tarmogoyf for only your graveyard.
Yeah, I like it because it brought in all these modern people who were negative on Magic, and they were like, "Oh, Tarmogoyf was the best time ever." And remember when Magic, didn't print everything to the ground? Like those guys all got excited about this card, and that's my.
You want to spot it? You want to spot a Boomer Jund player?
Yeah,
Find the guy who's trying to stick Tarmogoyf at home into a deck right now.
Yeah, sure. I went, as you guys know, I went very heavy on this. We got allocations this week. Did not get cut as hard as I anticipated was going to get cut. A little stressed.
Where can they buy boxes, Louis?
Where can they buy it?
You can buy boxes at gamegrove.gg.
Gamergrove.gg.
Reach out to me if you need boxes too.
But is there a way they can get a discount on boxes, Louis?
Yeah, if they're a member of the Discord server.
You do marketing and advertisement like Louis does topics. Okay, we're talking about.
And it's not gamergrove.gg, baby. This is very important. You keep saying gamergrove.gg, and as you know, because you screenshotted it to me, it's another store.
I love that so much. I was on TCGplayer, and lowest price was Gamer Grove, Texas. I was like, did Louis open a store when I was in Texas?
You got to see if they're near you. You got to go visit.
Oh my God!
You have to go visit while you're there.
How are you not doing the podcast from Gamer Grove?
That would have been so good. Could have from there or Bucky's. I will say I'm staying at a friend's house, and it's like palatial and amazing. So like, I will never leave this house. I think he's adopted me. He just doesn't know it yet.
Listen, that person is a very giving, caring person. I advise him to get you out as soon as possible. You're gonna live there. You're gonna move in.
100%. It's way next to my house. It also has way less dead TCGs in it.
Wait, I noticed when you visited my house, you didn't say that. Crap.
You have a lot more dead TCGs in my house.
I do have a lot more dead.
Well, I want to thank you though, Josh, because I know you offered to come stay at your house. I know you meant it, and I could have stayed at your house. Right, Louis?
Stop it.
Right, Louis?
You are the worst.
Right, Louis? I'm just saying.
Did Louis invite you and then uninvite you?
No,
yes.
That's not what happened.
Yes, he did.
Invited him.
I was packing my car when I got a phone call that said you're uninvited.
Stop it.
George, I'm so sorry.
I did not change my plans. I did not change my plans.
You know what?
Louis said, come stay in my house. I know you've had a rough time lately. Come hang out. I care about you, buddy. I love you. I was like, Louis, that means a lot. I'm on the way. And he was like, JK, don't care about your dead dog.
Then you tried to get your Lorcana to my place and it didn't work, and then you didn't want to do it.
No, that part's not true. That part's not true. I said I will drive up. We can do a 50 box opening together, and you said no.
Because you wanted to stream it. I couldn't stream it. It was Lorcana release weekend.
There you go.
I have two
You
kids.
couldn't stream
My
it.
wife was working.
You said no. You said I have a bed of used meth needles you can sleep on if you get tired. And I said,
George,
that's fine.
In the future, if you want to do any box openings, you're welcome to do them on my channel with me.
I appreciate that, and I know that that's a genuine and sincere offer, Josh, and I appreciate that. I know you would not turn me away as I'm at your front door. I appreciate that.
You always have a place in my heart, just not at my house.
Just not at my house.
So TCG player sale, I was impressed by the amount of singles that we moved.
Yeah.
I think though, like a lot of stores anticipate it, and so they do some shenanigans with their price. I know this because I did some shenanigans with my pricing. And so it's weird to look at the history and stuff, but I think the timing of this event was perfect because stores are desperate right now for money before MH3. Like they're just ready, and this will be perfect because
that's why I needed to stay at your house when you turned me away.
I should have charged you rent. That was the play. That would have been the play. But I was looking at like Jeweled Lotuses; those had slight movement. There's just some good commander cards moved up in value. It's weird, these sale things. It's weird what they do to the market. But
they 100% push a ton of product, whether it's sealed, whether it's singles. It's a massive injection, which does say to me a lot more people shop on these major platforms, your Star City Games, your TCG players, than I think even I anticipate. Because it's like as soon as there's a deal to be found, boom, everyone is it's crazy.
Yeah. But like I do think like things aren't always like they don't always go up in value. So like here's an example is the Great Henge.
Yeah.
It's gone down this last weekend. It went down like almost 5 to 10%.
Yeah.
And like
Great Henge, not looking so great.
No, it's a great card.
The
The point is that stores take advantage of this. They crack open their extra product, they crack open their boxes, they list their boxes because they're taking advantage of the increase in people going to the marketplace. So I don't know. It's interesting to watch all the things that happen. Indie TCGs, I feel like, had the biggest uptick because of it. Because the quantity
from a singles perspective.
I mean, like Lorcana moved up. I guess that's not ND TCG.
Whoa! Is that a Freudian slip?
My bad.
The slip.
Like Lorcana moved up. There was Star Wars.
What's Lorcana? Oh, Goatkana. I understand now. That makes sense to me.
Like a lot of sorcery singles moved. Like there's a lot of that kind of thing. But anyway, anything else to add?
So Lorcana was a little bit of a surprise to me.
You're talking about Ursula?
Yeah, it didn't move as hard as I thought it would.
You thought it was going to go up?
No. The price of the box is good. The number of boxes through the TCG player sale surprised me a little bit. It wasn't as much as I thought it would be.
Why? What did you anticipate it was going to be?
It was, the sale happened technically right on release weekend when people could, actually send out boxes and not get banned.
No,
I'm pretty sure
you can't send out boxes yet.
Yeah, we cannot send out boxes till the 31st.
So that might be a big deal. Why, right?
But
if people know that
player, it says that too. You can't when you're going to order. So I put up some boxes, and I already have people who reach out. I was like, why can't this ship until the 31st?
Right. So that could be a big reason why that you're not seeing.
Because it's MSRP. It's not a deal.
Well, it's $4 below MSRP. Right now from Game Grove on TCG Player.
Gamer Grove.
Nope, the right one. Just Game Grove.
Just Game Grove.
Gamer Grove.
And you also would have got 10% cash back on that day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If Louis had done his job and done it earlier.
No, I did. I put them up, put cases up on Friday. Yeah. So I don't know those. I don't expect those to move because of that reason. But I know a lot of people locally about like their Enchanteds that they were looking to get and that kind of stuff, just because of that 10% cash back.
Of course, baby.
Yeah.
Goatkana.
The Enchanteds are wild. I'm excited to see what happens. We had a conversation. We were talking about like last week cards to possibly grade, And I'm leaning more and more like as far as modern TCG goes, is there a better card to grade than the Enchanted? I don't know.
There's no better card, vintage or new to grade.
Okay, well, now you're insane.
Alt art Pokemon cards would be pretty high up there in the comparison.
Of like recent of the same, so like the first chapter and the Pokemon set that released the same month.
So
correct?
I don't know.
I'm talking about modern, modern cards. Like
Sword and Shield era is what I would.
3 years ago.
There are people. Yeah, that's fair. There are people who are doing that though. Enchanteds, and I mean, same thing that people have done in Pokemon for years of like buying up near mint copies, looking at them, either grading them or returning them or reselling them if they're not graded.
If you return a card because it's not exactly,
don't be that. Don't be that person.
Jerk.
Yeah, well, like 9 out of 10 people who buy the cards are jerks. Then, like, it's crazy.
Is that true?
Is that free?
No, not that many. No, but I'm saying like it happens way more often than you guys would think on all Pokemon cards and Enchanteds. If there's like one little,
I want to say. I'll wait for the Goatkana segment before I give my shout out to Bob Iger for helping me out this weekend. He knew that Louis was going to backstab me and help me out instead.
Are you at Bob Iger's house? Is that what you're saying?
I'll be honest. This is how I envision Bob Iger's house. I'm just going to keep it one. If like, let me be clear. If I pulled up to this house and they're like, "Oh, Bob Iger lives here," I wouldn't be like, "Whoa, that's crazy." No, he doesn't. I'd be like, "Yeah, that makes sense."
Yeah.
This is the second video call I've been involved in that involves that house, and it's very intimidating. It's super nice looking.
It is like, it's a very nice home.
No.
Yeah.
My house is nice too.
For whatever reason, the sale seemed like a bigger deal than the other TCG player sales.
It really did.
They really promoted it. So,
well, it could have been the release. I mean, like, listen, you got some indie TCG stuff happening. You got Ursula's Return happening. You got Modern Horizons 3, which has potential to be the best-selling Magic set of all time. Will it be? Jury's still out. But like, there's a lot of stuff going on at the same time as this sale, so it did seem to like line up almost perfectly.
I mean, you had Twilight Masquerade, the latest Pokemon set, came out that weekend. Don't worry, boxes are $107, so you can.
That's actually more than I thought they would be.
You can also lose money if you're a store and sell them on.
Welcome to Pokemon.
Yeah,
it's more than I thought.
Gotemon.
Number one seller. You guys can't guess it.
Gamer Grove. .gg.
George.
Banana Sand.
MVP Sports and Games.
I said that was my guess.
That's pretty good.
Jerks. All right, let's move on into MH3. All right, Josh. So let's pretend you are a customer and it is the TCG player sale day. You log on to Louis at Kitchen Table TCG's YouTube channel. You click on his affiliate link and you are buying MH3 for yourself as a consumer. You have $200 to spend. You're like, this is my money. Or you can trade in cards. What are you buying?
Wait, I only have $200, so that leaves what, individual commander
decks?
Let's
say 250. Let's go 250. Or you can trade in your cards. You can trade in your some of your favorite cards to get a collector box if you really want to.
I don't have favorites, man. It's all a game. What can I get next?
What's your favorite product? That's the point. You don't have to pretend about the $200, but like, what are you putting your money at?
You have an unlimited budget, Josh. What would you buy?
That's what I was trying to set up, but then it made it awkward. So
okay, if I could take home one product and try to get the most out of it as a Magic fan, I like to play booster box. I like what they've done. I like the design of the box. I like how versatile it goes. The deal you could have got on that day. I mean, hey, it turns out you ended up saving essentially, $30-$40 buying it on that day of the sale. So you get a little discount there. And what Magic fan doesn't like to get a discount on stuff? I'm going to play booster box. But if you're asking me, am I putting something on my shelf so that one day I can look it up on TCGplayer and be like, look at the value? I think these collector boxes are going to be pretty cool. I think these collector boxes are going to be pretty cool. But you didn't give me that budget, so.
Unlimited budget. Unlimited resources.
Oh, then I'm buying every collector deck set I can find because they're limited and I'm going to make 5% on my return over the next 20 years.
The collector deck sets are wild because they were up on TCGplayer for $575 for a while, and now they're $750.
Listen, we still don't know if the collector deck sets come with anything that you can't get in the collector booster box.
Yeah, we
which
really
is
know nothing. We don't even know the kind
weird.
of foil it is, do we?
If those treatments end up being unique from collector booster box treatments, that product will pop. It'll be and not pop like to the moon, but it'll be a good product.
I think we're just assuming, right, that it's going to be surge foil. Have we seen an actual release of it?
I don't think we have. I haven't seen one.
Yeah, I haven't either. I can look it up while I'm doing it, but
while
I
you're
would not
looking
put my
it up-
money towards it.
While you're looking it up, if like when you see collector deck and you see collector booster box, my mind is like I can get every treatment that I can get out of the collector deck in the collector booster box and vice versa.
I don't think that's where mine goes.
Really?
I go to the 40K decks where it was a
That's where I
unique
go.
variant. There's no information. Nothing is. Nothing.
I think it'll be different foiling.
If that's the case, then the product could really pop.
I
But
think it's just
I'm
gonna be-
worried.
I think it's just gonna be surge foiling.
I'm worried if you can get the surge foils in the collector booster boxes, the same, like let's say Warhammer had a collector booster box and you could get these surge foilings in the collector box, that I think hurts the collector deck product more than anything.
The only thing I think that would make it really worth it and really worth the extra pump would be if there's like special artwork, like the whole deck is in a special art style or something like that. But I can't see them.
Yeah, some kind of unique treatment in the product. And George, are you shrinking?
No, they're sitting down.
Who sits on a laptop like that?
I am
Keyboard
team,
level.
I'm team collector box on this.
Uncomfortable.
First off, I'm biased. I have a lot of collector boxes.
Where can you buy them though, Louie?
GameGrove.gg.
GameGrove.gg.
Save me if you want this to continue. Please.
Discount code save me for 1% off.
I've got some channel member interest in opening collector boxes, so let's talk.
Yeah,
You
let's
and me?
talk, baby.
Let's talk.
Wow, Louie is worried. Look at this.
I told you.
Louie helping out his
Advantage of the
competition.
desperate man.
Louie helping out his competition. You know he's
I
terrified.
talked to you, George, today on the phone. I told you I wasn't worried about it, and then I got the invoices, and I was like, oh, yeah, it really adds up. It really does add up.
George, that's the nicest compliment anyone's ever given me, is called me Louis' competition.
You got it, baby.
I told somebody today this will be the lowest the Game Grove Kitchen Table TCG bank account is since like week 10 of me having.
And it's all on indie TCGs.
No, it's all magic.
Family thing going on next week, so like that's gonna be a lot for you to take on.
Huh?
You have that family thing going on this week too, so it'll be a lot for you to take on.
Yes. Yeah. So it's gonna be crazy, but I'm excited. I'm excited to stream. We're gonna do a lot of streaming that first week. I wanted to make sure I was paid so that we can get it shipped out as soon as possible, so I can do some early streaming. I will not ship it until release day, everybody. Pinkertons, but we're gonna stream a lot.
Grove at Watsy.com to tournament, you guys.
It's my store's Gamer Grove.
It's like, poor Gamer Grove gets a whole bunch of hate mail.
And there's a Kitchen Table Games in Florida, and
I've seen that one.
yeah, they'll also get. So I don't know. Collector boxes though. You got the serialized of the Titans. You know the Eldrazi.
Yeah.
You got the serialized fetch lands.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
wow.
seems like collector boxes are going to be on top of the game. I do think we will see a Lord of the Rings special edition bulk though, where like the market rejects it for a few weeks on initial release.
Really?
I think we will. I'm preparing for that, like mentally.
Is that
was
just are you
psyching myself up.
just coping a little bit?
No, I'm
You
psyching
actually
myself
believe
up.
that,
I'm
or-
like, do not sell this time, Louis. Do not sell. Hold
You are
strong.
absolutely going to sell this time.
Hold
You are
on,
absolutely
I'm
going to
not.
sell this time.
I'm not. I'm riding with my ship sinks with Modern Horizons 3.
Oh, that was Pokemon.
No, screw
do,
Pokemon.
do you want me to hold the Baldur's Gate collector box for the whole video, or just like this portion of it, or what?
We might have to have a Pokemon vintage sale to keep the ship up.
Are you going to do a video about a Sorcery Alpha set coming soon? Maybe for sale.
You could do secret bidding. You can make it so you have to have a secret password to do secret bids. Then you can put down random numbers in a Discord, and boom, this person randomly wins. Congratulations.
Put down random numbers.
Yeah.
You are on the nose today, buddy.
Anyway,
You're like a newspaper with a bad dog. You're on the nose.
George, are you going to take an opposing view here? Or where's your money going if you're a player? As a player of the game now.
As a player of
I
Magic.
have played Magic more recently than either of you. I like that on the record.
That might be true.
It might be true. Did you play today?
Yeah.
What time? What time?
That's true.
What am I, a wizard? I don't know.
Arena doesn't count.
You are.
Arena doesn't
Yes, it does.
count. Arena does not count.
It's called Magic the Gathering, not Magic the Computering.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like
George,
digital or trust digital.
Digital doesn't count now?
Yeah.
Just want to make sure I understand where we're at.
Yep. Louis made such cogent arguments last week. He convinced me digital is stupid. And you can hear about how stupid digital is on our podcast on youtube.com. Shout out to Google.
If you missed last week, go back and listen to it. If you don't want to go back
from week
and listen to it,
one,
I'll
by the time you get
summarize
back, you'll be caught up.
Josh,
I'm willing to summarize it for you. No.
Also thought that digital pop figures, Funko Pops, were stupid.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think digital Magic's stupid, but digital pop Funko Cynthia Williamses are not.
The problem is
Where's
that Funko Pops are also just stupid, so it's kind of like
bingo.
across the
But he nailed it. That's why you're the GOAT. Nailed
All
it.
right, George, where's your money going?
You ready for the hot take? Wait. What is it? Is it a standard like
No,
what does best over the next 5 years?
No, it's just
Whatever your
money.
qualifications are for spending your money.
Yeah, we don't plan that far ahead.
Regular commander decks.
I knew you were gonna go that way. That's fair. That's a fair take.
What does that mean? You knew everything go that way. What was that about?
I know you.
It's the second hottest product in the set.
We've been
Damn right.
second, almost best friends for 3 years.
Shout out to Donald, best friend. I still want his number so I can be his best friend next week when you're on your family thing.
Yeah. We. I think the commander decks are good because.
What were you and Donald up to this week? I want to hear about that some more.
This week?
Yeah, what y'all do this week?
Donald came to the shop and helped me do a Pokemon trade in this week.
How'd that go?
Good.
Did y'all have fun?
He brought me. He always brings food.
That's why he's your best friend. That makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes
nailed
sense.
it. Okay, now we figured it out. Also, when I met Donald, no food.
Between you and Donald, I gain 3 pounds a week. Every time I'm on the phone with George, I end up eating candy.
I want you to know that is entirely true.
And half the time, Donald's giving me the candy. So, why Commander decks, George?
I mean, like, I think they will be I think they're the least likely to go way down at release day.
That's fair.
Yep.
I think they're going to sell very well. They're a good price point. I think they will do very well over the next 5 years. I don't think they'll reprint them forever. I just think it's a good product. It's also a product that people will want for a very long time.
Well, you make a good point about reprints. Commander decks are one of the products for Wizards of the Coast where it's a hard box to reprint.
Yeah, I guess we're clear. I always make good points, but I appreciate you.
Rarely.
I don't know if this. Why is this a harder box to reprint than, say, Commander Masters Commander decks, Josh?
Well, I'm saying Commander decks as a whole, right? Having that specific stack of cards, like that came out with a certain set, it's hard to have like your Shieldreds, your big winners out of any set. Those are subject to reprints at any moments. But like the Commander deck itself, the whole set of cards and that play experience, it's really hard for them to take a Commander deck from Outlaws of Thunder Junction with the Western theme and find a reason in the next 2 years to reprint that product.
Yeah. The Commander deck set's an interesting take, though. Like right now, you can get 3 of the 4 decks for $55.
That's always the way it goes with these decks.
No, nah.
Yeah, but the deck set's $199, isn't it?
You can get it for $195.
Thank you for that correction, Louis. That $4 really changes the
So what I'm saying is every deck is under
$225 on TCGplayer.
Every deck is like around that price right now. Even if you don't buy the Eldrazi,
yeah, the Eldrazi.
If you don't buy the Eldrazi deck separate, if you just buy the deck set, your average cost is around that $55.
Yeah, the Eldrazi one's wild. Like it's absolutely incredible.
Why would you ever?
Deck. It's a great.
It's $139, right? It's $139.
People save $100 ish if they just want that deck.
Yeah,
That's a really strong deck. That has a lot of really powerful cards in it.
Oh,
we don't know. I don't think we know the list yet. But
so here's my take on this.
I understand what you're trying to do, but
first off, it's early. We were recording this podcast much earlier than we typically do. But my take is that one of those 3 decks is going to go go up towards the Eldrazi deck, and the Eldrazi deck will come down a little bit. 2 of the 4 decks will end up around $100 in my prediction, and the other
$100. Oh, okay.
the other 2 will be 45 to 55. So I would be looking out on when we get the full spoilers to figure out which one of those. I think the Graveyard Overdrive one would be the one that I would bet on.
Yeah,
There's so much graveyard hate in the world. It's so tough.
Yeah, but it's also like a pretty powerful thing.
Very.
Yeah.
Very. If you can affect the graveyard, it's a whole new game, basically.
Well, George, you learned a lot recently. Would you like to tell us how it went learning how to play Magic?
New Magic is terrible. New Magic is awful.
Okay, explain to us, when's the last time you played Magic other than now?
Paint us a word picture.
Oh, it's just 20 years ago.
I wish it was 20 years ago. If that's what it's probably about 20 years. Probably slightly more. Probably 21, 22 years ago.
Doesn't seem like I was that far off.
No, actually, you were pretty close.
It deserved a pretty aggressive correction.
Yeah, that's fair.
It just assumes. It's just like,
It feels like it more than 20 years ago. God,
Stop insulting me by telling me how old I actually am.
Everything's different. I needed my readers to figure out what the hell the cards say. And I was like, what? There's a novel. I don't know.
I don't see good anymore.
Where's my grizzly bears?
They write a novel on every card and still can't figure out lore. What the hell's going on here? Come on. One of my cards was I had to commit crime to get a treasure token. If I have 3 treasure tokens, I get a symbol. The symbol turns into a man.
You played Magna.
What is this nonsense? You have land, you have animals, the animals attack. This ain't hard.
You played Outlaws Sealed, right?
Of course.
With a younger person with much better eyesight who
and also quite a good Magic player.
I don't think the eyesight was the deciding factor. He's a very good card player, period.
George unknowingly walked into the Shark Tank, actually.
He's
it.
Yeah. He went 7-0 this past FNM on Arena. He was a very good player. I was a little rusty.
He was kicking George's ass. George wasn't like, Arena doesn't count.
I lost a little. Yeah, you're damn right. I lost a close match.
He's also younger too, so he didn't help you play, right? He just beat you. I'm sure
he tried to help me. I might have been beyond help.
He's unhelpable.
I went monocolor because that's what you used to do in draft. Monocolor, not the move.
No.
And he was like, he's like, are you going, what colors are you doing? I was like, I'm going to go, I think it was blue. I was like, I'm going to go blue.
That doesn't look like the George color.
And he's like, well, what other colors? I'm like,
I see George as a green stompy player. That's
I had the most blue cards. I went by whatever card I had the most of. That's what I did.
He counted the cards. It's I got the most blue ones.
That's what I went with. And it was tough.
Listen, I know we joke about George, but it does paint this picture though, where if you're learning Magic in 2024, it is much more difficult than your average TCG.
No joke. So I don't want to say the name. I used to play a TCG, not often, but every pre-release.
Yeah.
And I liked the game a lot. And then I went to one pre-release and everything had changed in the game. And I was like, oh, this is not the same game I had played the last 3 sets.
Right.
Last 4 sets, I guess, at that point. That's how it felt. I'm like, oh, this is not Magic. This is something very different than the Magic I knew when I was a wee lad. Everything is a buzzword. Hexproof, hex whatever, all these things. Yeah. They're crazy.
Well,
why can't I have creature, flying creature? That's it. That's all you need.
And I think this is why people like new TCGs so much. Because you recently played Sorcery.
All right, I'm going to say that. I was about to go there. I'm going to say this. All right, Josh, close your ears. Or get to the funnel alert. I don't really care. God, it made me want to play Sorcery.
I love it.
I was like,
that.
Wow.
Listen, as someone who couldn't read the cards, that explains a lot to me. I got that.
No, bull. Sorcery has a much more refined system to play cards.
Your wording is not right there.
It was refined. Like, I know what I can do when I look at the sorcery card.
That's your
On this
side,
card,
buddy.
I have to commit a crime. I don't know what a crime is. I get some treasure token.
I think the
don't know what
word
a treasure
you're
token
looking for is sorcery is much more of a more basic, straightforward experience, whereas Magic has turned into this advanced, complicated rule set where you have to really, really research and know your thing. And particularly the new sets are so thematic. It doesn't even really, it's like saddle. And you're like, I can't even guess at what that does.
Yeah,
right?
the guy they were saddling all over the place. I didn't know what a saddle was. I was looking for horses. I'm in Texas.
Like hexproof, at least you can be like, I can't be hexed because I'm hexproof, right? But
I don't know what hexing means. I thought it was witchcraft.
That one you should know. That one I feel like there's some context.
This all boils down to you played sealed Magic. You had a couple mechanics that were confusing, and it seems like you didn't take the time to learn them.
A couple mechanics. There was not a single mechanic I understood. A couple mechanics.
Well, again, most of that seems to be on you.
In his defense, I have actively been playing Magic every week for 10 years, and that's how I felt at Murders at Karlov Manor.
Yeah, Karlov Manor was wild.
I don't
There's
know.
a novel on every card. There's 15
No
lines
clue.
of text.
I have no clue what these cards do. I think it's a problem
There's
for new
15
players.
lines of text and 20 symbols, and they're like, all right, your turn. Well, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah, this is
think
why the designated starter new player product is needed.
I
That's
think
why
this
it
is
exists.
Or maybe just go back to good Magic.
No,
Land,
Buddy, you
creature,
can't-
flying creature.
you can't
That's all you need.
But you can't.
you
You
go
would
play
literally run out of
could
design
start
space.
New.
you could go play pre-modern, which is what you want to do. That's on the ground. That's why
I
I
will
like.
not lie. I was like, why aren't we just playing sorcery? It seems much better to me.
You know what's funny is George wants to go back to old Magic. Take a look at something like Vintage or Legacy, which we would consider old Magic, and it's the wildest, most complicated, convoluted Magic you've ever seen. It's insane.
Yeah.
It just doesn't say crime, so I think he wraps his head around it.
Well, like new Magic is kind of like my dad trying to watch like a murder,
Yeah, 100%.
a murder TV show that has 3 or 4 different things that then connect. Like if you were going to watch not murder, but the Fallout show, right, where there's 3 different storylines and then they all connect, and you'd be like,
You guys ever watch that show, The Blacklist?
No.
It
Yes.
was a really good. It was an amazing show, and then it got to be that where there's so many storylines happening. Once you're just like, I can't. All right, whatever.
That's Modern Magic. They should have called that show Modern Magic.
Who's that guy? James Spader? Is that the guy
he's
who
good.
plays? He's amazing. He's so good.
We got.
I also got
a lot of-
schooled. I
we
got
got a-
wrecked.
Oh yeah, that follows again. I don't think you realized that you walked into the Shark Tank. Did he tell you how good he was at
Yeah, he
Magic before you played him?
He was very excited to play me. I think he might have overestimated my skill set. I'm gonna be honest with you. I had 5 creatures in my deck.
Any estimate would have been overestimated.
I had a whopping 5 creatures in my deck. Apparently, just because you have the most blue cards doesn't mean you have the most creatures of that color.
Yeah.
I splashed black. I learned what that meant.
There you go. You got there.
I had 2 black
You know what
cards and
guild
2 black
that is?
lands.
Do you know what guild that is?
Black.
Demir.
What?
Yeah.
That was a guild.
Yeah, that's what I said. Do you know what
No,
guild?
what's a guild?
Oh wow! In Ravnica, there's different guilds. The 2 color pairs are all guilds in Ravnica.
This is why Modern Magic. Come on,
That's not really modern magic. That's magic.
That's too much for you.
that's too much.
That's the.
I
basic-
want land, creatures, flying creatures.
That's
That's
too
the
basic.
3 things I want in a deck.
You want the first set of every TCG.
You
Bingo.
want Wizardrix versus Trained Ogre.
George,
is what
you
want.
should be Kitchen Table TCG, moving from game to game to game because you only like the first set.
Your touch of death needs to come to Magic so we can restart this sucker and go back to the good old days.
Magic's undiable.
Undiable.
Okay,
Hold on. Let me go get the. I want to meet the guy who wrecked me.
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
All
more
We'll
than
keep talking for a
anything.
minute.
All right, Josh and I will discuss what would you give George as a starter product. I don't know. We're gonna
The Lord of the Rings starter decks were cool. They weren't too bad. No. There was a starter product.
2-player starter.
Yeah.
decks.
Yeah, so I bought that and played with a buddy, and it was pretty neat. There was some stuff in there that's a little bit intense, like I think Amass was one because that's a big theme
Yeah.
for the set. But it was pretty good. It was pretty balanced. Magic makes an arena style starter kit where you can get 2 decks, and I think you can finagle them for free if you like email Wizards. They just send them to you. You have to pay shipping.
I was going to say
But-
Jumpstart. Because
I don't even think Jumpstart.
That sealed feeling
Hold on,
where
let
you
me
can
write
just
that
grab the
down
decks.
This is the young man who destroyed my hopes and dreams. Say hi.
Do you know his name?
AKA our hero.
What's your name?
Colin.
I know
What's
his
up,
name. We gotta
Colin?
introduce him to the podcast. I've been living with him. He's my neighbor.
How you doing, Colin? Good to see you
Colin.
again.
Good.
Oh my
Colin,
God.
I-
All
we-
enough,
we heard-
enough. You're not his best friend. He's not your Donald. Relax.
Colin, we heard
Um,
you destroyed George.
He is after the butt whooping he gave you.
No, I conceded.
He could tell he was humiliating me, and he was like, "I'll concede right at the end," which I thought was extra insulting. I'll be honest. It was demoralizing on top of the loss.
Yes.
Colin gets tournament magic. He gets it. Nailed it, buddy.
Now, Colin, did you feel like it was a skill issue for George, or was he just not capable of reading?
You can tell him.
Oh, he can't read.
Wait.
Read the cards for him.
The font is like Type 4 font.
Wait, hold on.
No,
You had to
hold on.
read. Can you
Can't read. It's
confirm?
not that I can't read.
Colin, I got to
This is
keep going.
This
I
is the
got
young
one
man's
more
sister who
question.
destroyed me.
Would you say, Colin, that that
Hi.
as one of George's peers, would you
What?
would you say you respect him with his inability to read?
Yes.
Boom! Better than you got, son. You
All
got disrespected for your inability to read. I got respected for my inability to read. That
Colin,
might
I
actually
think
be
you-
more disrespect for me now that I think about it, though.
You should suggest some books that he should try out.
Yeah. What kind of book would you use? What kind of books would y'all recommend if I want to learn how to read?
You're illiterate?
That's what you
Oh,
said, not me.
All right, Colin, how long have you been playing?
Cards, but I didn't know you couldn't read books.
Colin, how long have you been
From the-
playing Magic?
From the mouth of babes.
How long have you been playing Magic?
How long have you been playing Magic for?
2 years.
Wow.
A year and a half.
And you're how old?
What's your favorite format?
Limited.
Nice. Draft or
What's your favorite
sealed?
set so far?
Well, Outlaws of Thunder Direction has been a lot of fun. So
Me too. I felt the same way. Really great set. Really had fun with it. So what is this crime thing?
it's targeting your opponents or anything that they have.
It's really not that complex.
Super simple. Nailed it.
Really basic.
Less than 1 sentence and he got it to you.
What does that mean?
Anytime you any word that says target counts as a crime.
Yeah, so target opponent does something, target creature does something.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite game?
What do you mean by game?
Your favorite trading card game?
Trading card game, Magic. If it's playing.
If it's playing,
God,
not
this is how it gets
collecting.
Collecting, then Pokemon.
That makes sense. Nobody plays Pokemon. That makes sense to
And
me.
hold on, I have one question for her. Have you ever heard of Lorcana?
Yes. I tried to play it, but it was an absolute fail.
This is the best house ever for this podcast.
Did you try to collect it?
No.
Yeah, you didn't care about it, did you?
No, that's me. That's me.
Boom!
Oh, okay.
All right. So what's your favorite? Do you have a favorite card?
Pokemon card.
Yeah. Cool.
Current favorite. I have two favorite Pokemon cards: a $40 Venusaur EX and a $43 Zeraora V.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And how about you? Do you have a favorite card?
No.
Mine is the treasure chest.
His-
Whatever
one that-
beats George.
Whatever beats George. Whatever
Yeah,
allows him,
That's any
whatever
card.
allows him to concede faster to George.
That was terrible. Got wrecked. I got annihilated. So what about trading card games do y'all like?
Goatkana.
Yes. There it is.
How much did George pay you to
How
say
much did
that?
George pay you off
No, he
camera?
just knows. He knows Goatkana. What's your favorite part of trading card games?
Favorite part of trading card games? Probably like collecting
Yeah.
and the lore.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Is there anything else you want to say? Any questions for the two idiots?
What's sorcery?
What sorcery? Louis, what's sorcery?
How much
Guys,
Sorcery is it's magic meets chess.
Magic meets chess. Meets failed YouTubers. That was a good one. was good.
Sure.
That was so good.
That was really good. Meets weird auctions.
It's a pump and dump.
So you know what? I brought some boxes of Sorcery with me. I'm going to leave a box for you and your dad to play.
Okay.
Look at me. I'm doing more to evangelize the game than Louis does, who sells his boxes at absolutely outrageous prices. I leave some for free so young people can learn how to play.
On Gamer Bros?
Yes. Boom.
Oh wow.
All right. Anything else y'all want to say?
Thank you, Colin.
I don't know.
All right. Well, thank you all very much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you.
It was great.
Have a good night.
Anytime y'all want to come back on, let us know.
Yeah, I might want to come on back later.
Okay, come on back.
You can have George's spot.
Yeah, that was nailed it.
They nailed it.
All right.
I don't know how much you coached up the witnesses beforehand, but
I'll be honest,
they
not as
nailed
much
it.
apparently way more than I thought I did. Those were really good answers, better than I expected.
Do you just mumble the things you say on the podcast in your
I
sleep?
wonder if they can hear me in my sleep, and that's what I'm saying in my sleep. I'll be honest.
All right. Let's move on
Go,
to
Ghana.
Sorcery. Gen Con is coming up in August. Is that when Gen Con is? My life.
Are you going to Gen Con?
I'm going to Gen Con. I will be at Gen Con. And I got
Are you playing in all the tournaments?
No, because they all freaking sold out in like 13
They need to have
seconds.
2,000 seats.
I don't listen.
That's
I
the
don't
minimum.
understand.
That's the minimum number of seats any game should have for tournaments.
I don't understand how it sold out that fast.
I do. They don't have 2,000 seats. They're failing at that, right, Josh?
Josh doesn't get it. That's what I said about Lorcana, Josh. That 2,000 seats wasn't enough. That they should know better. I was able
It's taking the fifth.
I was able to get into one draft on Saturday. So if you are drafting on at 2:00
On Saturday, I've got an easy win for you. We got fresh bait.
I'm excited. I'm really excited. But I was a little disappointed that the constructed event sold. I don't fully understand how the constructed event sold out so fast. Like there shouldn't have been any limit to the. I guess is there limits to the number of players because of the space at Gen Con? Maybe that makes sense. I guess.
Can we find it now that Colin's going to have a single box of Sorcery? Can we finance his tournament entry fee to go whoop up on Louis and just balance things out?
I'm not giving Louis a box of Sorcery. I'm giving it to my friends. Louis turned me away from his home. These people welcomed me in their home.
I'll play Colin and I'll concede
way more meth. There's way more meth in Louis' home, that I guarantee.
Who are you talking to over there?
Steve, my friend.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, how's it going, guys?
Hey, Steve.
Thanks for loaning me George for a little while.
Hey, you can take him the whole time.
Him.
You want to?
Beat you to it. Beat you to it. I win.
I mean, like, we don't know how many seats they sold. I mean, it makes sense to think. I think it makes sense that all these tournaments sold out. I mean, listen, like, Sorcery still got some buzz. Like, it's still got some juice. It's kicking.
Yeah, I think the
you're scamming all your people like all the time for these expensive packs. Like, that's
not scamming anybody.
That's that shows the juice it has.
We've had some fire polls. We pulled a foil Parmesan cheese the other day.
I know you won't give me that free pack that you promised me.
Somebody got a 20. Oh, that's why you're all upset because I didn't get you a free pack. George, Josh, get this. George wants a free pack on my stream.
Yep,
but
I was promised.
He won't subscribe. I never promised. He won't.
You said if you come onto my stream, I'll give you a free pack.
You've never been on my stream.
I have. I've texted you.
No, it's not. It's subscribers only mode.
Yeah, there's no way to prove that you're actually watching if you don't subscribe. And
I would have no problem subscribing to your channel, but then YouTube thinks I care about TCGs, and then I get TCG recommendations, and nothing is worse than that.
I got told that my YouTube recommended him one of my videos, and he was disgusted. He's like, "I have to fix this.
I was like,
I have to fix this immediately."
He recommends you, Rudy, the professor. I was like, I don't want any of you. I don't want any of you.
How did look at me being in a class I don't belong in?
Yeah,
I just want to watch Mario videos. I'll be honest.
Your Mario.
I don't want a Mario time and talk about TCGs.
She retired.
That's it.
Didn't she? Your Mario Maker creator.
Yeah. So I found another one. The problem is she's like really good at the game, and so like you need to be like the right level of bad to make it entertaining to watch, and she's like way too good.
It's like our podcast.
Yeah, like, I'm way too good to be on this podcast. I agree with you.
I'm excited though. It'll be a lot of fun. There was a trade event that sold out too. I don't understand how a trade event. There was a trade event and casual play event It's like a trade/casual
How
play
do you have a
event.
casual play event?
I know who was in charge of these. I know who's in charge of these ticketing now.
It sold out.
There's some houses involved, I think.
I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be a lot of fun to trade cards. It's like we'll be at Baltimore, and then anybody who survives Baltimore will end up killing.
Did you hear they're pulling the boat out of the bridge soon? Do you think they're getting ready for you guys?
I guess so. That
Like-
boat's still there.
Yeah, the boat's been there for weeks.
Yeah,
It's still there.
How does it not sink? I
you
don't
can't-
understand this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how is it still?
Like it hit a bridge and didn't sink. Like I don't think that engineer deserves a raise.
Also, Titanic, weak song.
Yeah.
Terrible
Come
boat.
on. This makes no sense.
Do you guys think that the Titanic actually sank, or it was the first one? Have you guys heard this?
I did.
Oh, are you talking about
So
the
what do you know?
Olympics
I
or
have
whatever?
heard this one. Did the
I
guy
have.
bought the insurance right before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of the people that he sent to all the who's the big wealthy guy from back then?
Widener.
No, Chase, the bank guy. One of the bank guys.
JP Morgan.
JP Morgan sent all of his competitors on the cruise and booked a ticket, and then he didn't go on the cruise.
Something
How's
came
Twitter
out.
doing? Louis? Just asking for a friend. How's Twitter doing? Are you back on it?
No, you sent me a tweet the other day, and I couldn't look at it. I had to look at it on my phone without, like, it had to load on not Twitter. I love that conspiracy theory, though. I love it so much. I love that one. That's like the perfect time for a conspiracy theory, like the early 1900s, because it's YOLO mode there.
YOLO.
It's like
Yeah.
that world was completely YOLO mode.
The day I went on a walk.
Horizons 3.
All these TCG indie scammers would have made out like bandits in those days.
Yes.
We really should start the conspiracy theory podcast. We had a great conversation. I took my daughter on a walk for like an hour, and I didn't realize it was like an hour. And Louis and I just talked conspiracy theories the whole time. The whole time. We should have recorded it. That's the episode.
I really like conspiracy theories. All right. Yeah, Gen Con, conspiracy theory.
I'm a skeptic.
They just have limited space because of how many people are there. So
I'm hoping they had 2,000 seats.
I think you can make a wish list for Gen Con too, and then if there's enough people on a wish list, it will allow the games to have more space. So if you're looking for events, go join the wish list. I think that's the way it works. Don't quote me on that.
I've quoted you already.
Yeah.
I'm literally typing on a tweet.
Louis says at gamergrove.gg says.
All right. Shout out to the Sorcery Sunday crowd.
Are you still going to Gen Con?
What's the Sorcery Sunday crowd?
Sorcery Sunday. Every Sunday we stream. We've got like 50 to 80 people watching.
That's when you refusing my free pack on.
Yeah. It's been a blast. We're having a blast.
I have not had a blast.
Wilson,
I've been looking for a free
Owen
pack.
Wilson's been showing up. It's crazy. Like the real Owen Wilson. He's been there. All right.
Boo. Boo.
Star Wars Unlimited. We haven't talked about Star Wars for a while.
Yeah, I don't know why. There's so much going on.
There's nothing to talk about because there's no product. There's just nothing going on. I talked to my rep this week. They are allocating Star Wars Unlimited. We're gonna get an email that says, hey, this is the maximum of boxes you're allowed to order. And then they're gonna basically give you that amount of boxes. They are not doing that to any new stores. So if you haven't ordered boxes of Star Wars,
That's going to grow the game, I think. That's really good for the game. That's bullish.
so I thought this would be fun. I know you guys don't want to talk about Star Wars that much, but
I love talking about
I
Star
know
Wars.
George doesn't want to talk about Star Wars.
I love talking about Star Wars. I love talking about all your dead TCGs.
As a new TCG, Lorcana, Star Wars, One Piece, MetaZoo,
Cryptic,
Sorcery,
Legions,
Cryptic,
Genesis.
Legions.
I have
Titans.
most of those packs within arm's reach of everything, and I'm sad.
Elestrals,
haven't
Interstellar.
Dude, the artwork in Interstellar looks sick.
What else we got?
Whatever's number 17 on the
Nostalgics.
Japanese list.
Not what's the new one? The altered.
Altered.
Yeah.
They're all gonna
Grim Path.
live.
Grim
They're all
Path.
gonna live.
There's like a new TCG every
Pokemon, Magic.
Yeah, those are hearsay.
Those are probably going to live.
What is the best model? What do you think? You're a game like
So-
Star Wars. You're selling out everywhere. Is it smart to do it this way, where you keep it to just old stores, or is it better to spread the wealth around, and allow new stores to get product to play game.
So, as the Star Wars fan, not to say you're not, Louis, but I think this has been laid on my shoulders as the Star Wars fan. On this
I don't
podcast.
know about that, dude. How much Star Wars do you have in your background? I see one box. This is the original Kenner action figure lineup.
No, it's the TCG, buddy. It's the TCG podcast. May the zoo be with you at TCG podcast.
Oh, you're saying you're the official Star Wars TCG person on the podcast?
Well, you guys keep putting that on my shoulders, so it's weird for you to try to take it away now.
That's when we want to say goodbye.
Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I will. Do you have any questions to ask me before I go to sleep?
Do you watch Star Wars?
No, but I want to.
All right.
Big win.
That's good. Well, have a good night.
Good night.
I feel like I have a weird spot. I'm in a weird spot with the Star Wars stuff
I had
here.
a question, George. You didn't even give me a chance.
I didn't want her to be traumatized by your question. I'll be honest.
All right, Mr. Star Wars.
Mr. War.
War never
We'll call
changed.
you Star Wars.
I call you something different if it helps any.
Star Wars
to my face, nonetheless, in front of my kid.
No question.
Not great.
No question. I don't say stuff
great.
on people's backs. I say it to their face or on May the Zoo be with you.
I want to be fair, because when Lorcana underprinted first
Lorcana.
chapter, I said they need to fix this, right?
You did.
And when Sorcery printed one set a year, ran out of boxes, you could only get them in Team Covenant. I that's not fair. I was negative on that.
Yeah.
But since then, I've learned that if the EV of the box is positive, and if you hype people up enough for release, it's a good thing. And if you reward the stores that are in your program supporting your game first before you worry about any other stores, that's a So I think I'm going to have to take the line of this is a really positive thing for Star Wars from everything I've learned on this podcast.
You're listening to Louis too much, and that's never good for any TCG. Just ask all the ones I've listed before. This is terrible. This is stupid.
Yeah, no, memes aside, I don't like the lack of availability of a game that's got a pretty far reach.
I'm stunned that Asmodee and Fantasy Flight are messing up the releases. I just want that on the record. This is I'm shocked by this. I'm stunned that they would do that. I never would have predicted this.
Don't be fair. You be fair. You predicted they would mess up the release in the other direction.
I think they will mess up in both if it helps setting. They will way overcorrect.
They will take the pendulum and they will swing it in both directions.
100% yes.
And Louis, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think when you have an IP like this, you want to reach as far as possible to try to expose your game as much as possible, and to not have you have to have some kind of collectability. I get that, but to not have boxes on shelves at this point and to limit the release of the next set does not seem like a win.
Yeah. So there is.
I want to say for the record, though, I appreciate it. Continue, Louis.
I googled Josh. Your thing pops up as the third video when I Google Star Wars Unlimited Set 2. Just so you know.
Did I make a set 2 video?
What a weird little tidbit.
I didn't make a set 2 video yet.
I recognized that thumbnail. I was like, oh, that's a Josh thumbnail. So there is a 2-player starter kit that's coming for set 2. I hope that those are available to all stores. Like that would be a really great way to grow the game a little wider. I had a guy come in today who bought 2-player starter kits. And he's new to the game, and so that's a good way to help the game grow. But I don't know. I think some boxes should be available too.
I agree that it's a good jumping off point, but the players need somewhere to go. You can't just have 2-player starter kits available at every location, and then certain locations have boxes.
Yeah. I don't know why it's taking so long. It's been a long time between sets. Why are they not putting more boxes?
Well, I agree.
No, they need to be putting more boxes.
There hasn't been any restock of set 1 either.
Yeah, and they've had enough time to figure this out, and they haven't, and that's a failure.
This is why Bob Iger gets it. Bob Iger saw the problem and solved the problem. This isn't, He's problem, solves problem. Bob Iger.
I'm still team Bob Iger doesn't know what Lorcana is.
Everybody is on that team. Nobody could possibly be on any other team.
You seem to talk like you're on team Bob Iger's making the Lorcana decisions.
Yeah. No. In fact, you literally just said.
I think Bob Iger helped me with my boxes this week.
It was a wild swing. Oh,
I'm starting to think Bob Iger is a god figure to George.
Close.
There's a shrine.
It's like 3 steps down.
3 steps down from God. I think it's a
podcast. Is this podcast going to get blasphemous now?
Right out, it's got the Trinity, got like a bunch of other people, some other people, Bob Iger.
A bunch of other people. You know what, George?
I'm proud of you for putting the Trinity all as one. There's a biblical knowledge level there that I'm
Nailed it.
I like.
George.
Who is the a bunch of other stuff though? Like what's between Bob Iger and
I don't think Bob Iger is like as good as like Nelson Mandela.
But so this is what we need, George. You've now opened the door, and we need to have a debate. We expect a full list made by next podcast.
I think it's right after Nelson Mandela. I think it's like Trinity,
let's debate the
Mandela,
order.
Bob Iger.
This is the podcast, a tier list. It's a tier list
of people who are good.
people are
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what's weird, George, about our friendship, and Louis, you might have this too. I know more people that would be guaranteed to be off that list than would be on it.
I know about 50-50. Shout out to the comment section.
Oh, we should do a tier list of our commenters. That would be a blast.
Oh
That'd be
God,
a good
I got a
YouTube
list. That would be
video. That would
cool.
be such a good YouTube video.
We should end the podcast by shouting out comments.
We're almost at episode 100 of season 2.
Seasons make
We had
no
this
sense.
conversation. We had this, and if you're going to do seasons, why isn't it a year? It's so weird. It's so weird.
Yeah, every time we recycle a host, we have a new season. That's the way this works.
Am I free?
Oh,
Soon.
You might be free. George might be free. I might be free. One of us might go. Who knows? We'll start season 3.
If your family thing doesn't pan out, it could be really dark in there. I get it.
Wow, it's a little sad.
It becomes a dogs playing poker situation with just
I thought I
4
was gonna take care
dogs
of your
and
kids
chairs.
for you, but that's okay.
Your morbid nature towards my family trauma going on is offensive.
I
Okay,
apologize. Do you accept my
Louis,
apology?
I would actually take care of your kids, and by that I mean
said I
keep
would
them
take
away
care
from
of George.
George.
And he
I
said
would,
no.
I would
George
keep
tried
them
to get
so
in my-
far away from.
George tried to get my kids in my will this week.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's tried to claim to be my daughter's god grandfather.
I was like, George, if I die, can I put you down to take a look at my TCG inventory? He goes, no, I want the kids.
No. And then when he said no to that, I said, just give me one kid and we'll see which one turns out better.
Then he goes, if you won't give him your kids, then I'm gonna. He goes, I'm gonna tell your family that I won't sell your cards. I'll trade a birthday.
If Donald ends up with your kids, I'm going to be offended. I'm just going to put that on the record.
Anyway,
No Donald. Why no best friend?
no, nobody who's a friend is on my will.
Really?
Wait,
I'm not in your will at all?
I don't have a
that's
will.
sad.
You're in my will.
Wow.
Wait, really?
All
I don't have a
all
will.
of your fab.
You guys, wait. Yeah,
Hope you like unlimited. Josh, you're getting my MetaZoo. It's okay. Don't worry. You're still in there, buddy. God, I should leave that game to somebody. That's actually big brain
Did we
play.
lose him? Are we on season 3?
Mitch, come back.
Welcome to season 3 of May the Soup be with you.
this is how I found out I'm in your will. I know I'm in your will. You're already offloading to me.
You're welcome.
You're already offloading.
Are those Kickstarter packs?
Yes.
I was on the phone with him when he packed those, and I told him I had a buyer for his Kickstarter box as he was packing.
The destroyed box is in the rest of the
for those
shipping
of you who
stuff.
don't know, the three of us send dead card games to each other as packing peanuts. It's my favorite tradition between the three of us by a mile. And I put a box of Cryptic in with Josh's boxes that he actually ordered from me. But like, it's too nice to just give him a sealed booster box because that's not in the spirit of what we do.
It's not
So I ripped the box open like an animal,
And you
threw
actually
the
just
packs in, and
jumped.
threw the ripped up cardboard in there as well.
so if you order if you're a channel member and you order product for me, this is your stocking stuffer. Before it was Louis' MetaZoo, now it's George's Cryptic. Hey, you guys need anything for me? I got a couple wilderness boxes I got to crack.
single-handedly selling your boxes with dead TCGs. Just for the meme. Gosh, I should start doing that for my sorcery box openings.
I found a
I had
bunch
a-
of Genesis. So
I had-
y'all get ready.
I had a threat of return on a box because I sent MetaZoo with it. I don't want this.
Wow.
I'm gonna return it.
It's like MetaZoo's like the
throw it away,
plague.
man.
MetaZoo is like the Louis of TCGs. He touches it, it dies.
It's like, just throw it away, man. You don't have to keep it.
Okay. That's, I guess, the end of the Star Wars segment. We are way out.
I gave my legitimate thoughts on it. You
We might talk about Star Wars.
George, how did Lorcana go for you, buddy?
Great.
Where's
I
the original list?
was not there. I have been here, but great.
We had 22 people at our Lorcana release
That's
event.
good, right?
Yeah. Way more than I thought we'd have.
Why?
Why, Louis?
Lorcana's goat.
There you go.
Yeah, no. Lorcana continues to absolutely shock me.
Me too, in that I was so exactly right for the first time on this podcast.
We're at step 4, though. Your step 4
Which
is
is-
looking good.
Yeah,
My set 4 is looking good to the point where I'm anxious.
you've
It's looking too
been
good.
You've been this right, this wrong, or this long before. Let's remember that.
I don't think that's true. I've never made the set 4 being correct on any game.
Set 4 is not officially out yet.
You're still in the
so
stupid pre-order window, which I feel like might just be like, I don't know. The aerial, man,
Oh,
you were right. I really thought the Ana was going to be the one that pumped.
they're all pumping though.
I know, but Ariel's like really pumping. 385 compared to 218.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So
And the listings are way lower.
I was supposed to go to Louis' house to open boxes before he uninvited me as I was packing my car, as I said earlier. And so I opened a case and a half by myself at home, sadly, over the sink, crying that I was so alone. 2 Enchanteds.
Wow.
Bob Iger got my back. Bob Iger was like, I know Louis hurt you. I will not. So thank you, Bob.
You're welcome.
Boxes MSRP is
Shocking.
yeah.
not shocking, but yes.
Shocking.
Well, it's a little shocking. 139 and still selling a bunch of boxes.
Oh,
Right?
like somebody undercut me and then got the sale. That's the worst.
Is it me?
No, it might be.
Okay.
Are you Collaborative ENT LLC?
No.
Shh! Don't tell him, George.
That's a bad name. I don't like that name. It reminds me of a
What
laboratory.
do you want your game shop name to be?
Oh no!
I sell TCGs.
Yeah, how can you TCG player for the win.
Please don't ban this account.
Listen, I think I'm pretty shocked Lorcana is doing the price is as high as it is. I expected a higher price than you guys did, but not this high. I do think it's weird because you can't ship boxes yet. So I would not be buying boxes right now.
Right.
Best Buy, Disney, all these places are about to get a bunch of boxes.
So
that will lower the price.
this is I think this is the problem with buying boxes right now on TCGplayer is that you won't get them until then. But if you can buy boxes at your local store for this price, what this is doing is propping up the EV. I think the
Absolutely.
EV is doing pretty good,
The EV is stupid.
but it's very connected to the Enchanted.
I don't
Enchanted.
think that's true.
It's definitely true. We have the data to back it up that it's true.
I don't think I had negative EV on a single box, even without Enchanteds.
The current EV of a box of Ursula, as of it is Monday the 20th, is $201.
So that is more.
Yes, but let's see what percentage of that was the thing. Ursula, 33% of that,
yeah.
or 30% of that is the Enchanted.
So basically, you break even if you don't hit an Enchanted.
Yeah, that's fair. Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Nailed it.
At MSRP. Yeah, I should be opening them for singles.
That's what I said.
It's a lot of time. My team.
I could have opened boxes with you all night on stream if you had not uninvited me.
My staff is too busy packing all the orders from TCGplayer this week.
I'm interested to see how it ends up.
Elton John not in the new Mufasa video, not in the new Mufasa's.
Dude, the new Mufasa thing looks terrible. I'm not a
You're
fan.
wrong. I'm
I'm-
pumped for the new Mufasa thing. I'm gonna get wrecked.
Not a fan of the live action Disney movies.
I agree with that. I agree with that in almost all cases. But this is a new story. The new story, they can do whatever they want with it. I have not watched Lion King since my dad died. I don't think I can handle it.
That's fair.
It's like so.
Maybe don't go with
they need to
Mufasa
do
as
more
your first
uplifting
time.
movies.
Yeah, maybe don't go to Mufasa as your first one back.
I will not lie. I'm like very like I have Disney Plus obviously because of Tay Tay, and I probably will just wait till it goes on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Why don't you come in town? We can go see it together.
I will never see it with you. I will never like you. You have now invited me to your home to uninvite me. You were in my state and did not tell me until I said, "Wait, where are you?" And you said, "I'm an hour and a half away." And I said, "Why didn't you call me?" He's like, "Oh, are you in that Carolina?"
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know what Carolina you live in still.
You drove through one to get to mine. No matter which one I was in, you were in my state.
So which Carolina are you in?
Best Carolina.
See, this is the problem.
That doesn't help.
I don't know what that is.
Everybody knows that Best Carolina is South Carolina. Nobody would willfully think that North Carolina is half as good as South Carolina.
Hmm.
I agree that we have dirty Myrtle, and I apologize about that.
Myrtle Beach. There's a direct flight now from West Virginia to Myrtle Beach, and it's subsidized by West Virginia. It's like a $35 flight. Why are we doing that?
I can 100% see why people from Myrtle Beach would want to go to West Virginia and vice versa.
That's
like home.
Like, no joke. When people say they're going on vacation, they say we're going to the beach, and everybody just knows that it's Myrtle Beach. No,
and that is why that totally makes sense to me that West Virginia people would love Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, that's fair.
Lot of meth.
Yeah. Lorcana went well though. It was
Josh, what matters. I'm interested in this. I want to see how close we get to meeting into the Inklands presale. So this is the presale comparison. You know, Ursula's Return still has a couple weeks to go here, but we're pretty far off as far as total.
I don't think it's going to get close because you can't ship it yet.
Well,
you would never buy. You would never buy it. What?
The presale date is set for 5/31, so it's the official presale date.
But with the Inklands, if you pre-sold it, you could ship it before release date.
Sure. So then we can take a look and we'll go from there. We can go release plus 30, and then we'll see. I want to see how this ends up comparing to set 3 over time. That's what I'm interested in.
My point is that with Inklands, you'd have incentive to order on TCGplayer, whereas on Ursula, you have an incentive to order from your LGS. Because you can walk into the store and go buy a box and pick it up right now, whereas you could not. Whereas with Inklands, they could ship it right away.
It's still
so the convenience is gone.
What is that? 1 quarter, Josh?
Yeah, it's. I understand what you're saying, George, but it's a pretty stark difference.
I think it's a stark difference. I mean, like they changed how you can handle boxes.
I think the boxes sold number is misleading on that, Josh, because how many of those boxes sold are decks?
Well, it actually breaks out to be a roughly the same percentage of products on each set. So if you do cross games, yeah. But so far, Ursula's Return and Into the Inklands happen to be around the same percentage of the various products. So your decks, your booster boxes.
Yeah, I just think more decks would have sold for Inklands because people were still like newer to the game, I guess.
So
I don't know.
Inklands decks dropped off really hard.
Yeah.
First chapter decks sold well. Rise decks sold okay. Inklands decks fell. And that's to be understood. It's third set.
We did not get sent as many decks with this set as other sets at all. Nothing close percentage wise.
Nothing in the same universe.
Yeah.
Well, and you shouldn't. The other decks are still available, right? You have that opportunity already. It's the longer a game goes on, the more successful it gets, the less you have the need for every set to have a ton of intro decks.
Yeah. It's interesting. Lots of product, lots of stuff. But I did good. All right. Anything else to chat about, fellas?
Yeah, one other thing. Louie, I know you're going through a lot now with your family stuff, buddy. I just want to wish you good luck, buddy. I know we've been joking about it, but I'll be thinking of you next week. All right, buddy? I'll be thinking of you and your family thing.
It'll be all right.
Best of luck.
Hopefully my will's not needed.
Yeah, I hope so too, buddy. I'll be thinking of you.
This is a weird angle.
No, I'm worried about him. I'm worried about him and his family thing. I just want to make sure he's okay.
You would be.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you. If you need me to take over, I'm here for you.
God, somebody saved my kids from George.
Apparently, your wife's family will. Look, it's morally outrageous.
I agree.
Morally outrageous.
God forbid that was the case. I would try to get the password and make some funny videos on your channel.
You can have it. I'll leave.
I would just
I'll
no.
leave my
No.
YouTube
I got like 3 videos I want to make, and then I never want to see it again. I'd make fun of you like 3 times, and then call it a day.
Don't forget to go buy booster snacks. Use the code collect50 to get some 50% off. I recommend getting the 4-case order. It is the best value.
And when you eat the booster snacks, talking with your friends, mute your microphone.
Eat one on the podcast. You son.
You
of
are the most aware human being. You're the most
you-
attentive,
You broke
aware.
We had one rule.
person.
We weren't allowed to do that. I could have been eating on this podcast. I'm very jealous right now. I haven't even.
You don't know how to mute your microphone.
I don't. I have no clue. It's all the way over there. I can't even reach.
There's a button. There's a button on the screen.
I don't have that screen. I have a different screen than you guys.
I bet there's a mute button.
Oh, there definitely is. I'll forget to unmute it.
I was worried.
All right, everybody, hop in the Discord server at KitchenTableTCG.com. Go subscribe to Josh's channel at Hometown TCG.
Hometown.
If you can, Hometown. If you can find George's YouTube channel, it's a riot. It's an absolute blast. But we don't share it on here. You have to go search for it and find it.
Secrets. It's where my interview with Bob Iger is almost at 400 views.
It's more views than my channel. Stop. It's not funny.
All right, everyone. Have a great day. Be kind to the people around you, and may the zoo be with you.
Good luck with your family, Louie.
And also with you, buddy.